Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. Going to be giving you my starting 11 prediction for our game against Leeds tomorrow. So I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. I think he's going to go with David De Gea in goal. David De Gea obviously was rested for the game against Sheffield United recently. David De Gea, I think, will remain our number one for this present time. Probably will remain our number one for the rest of this season. But there's obviously been a lot of Manchester United fans saying that we should put Dean Henderson as number one. David De Gea has been a long servant at the football club. This is his 10th season at Manchester United and he's made over 500 appearances in all competitions. Now, I think at right back, we will go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has enjoyed good games this season for Manchester United. The games he's played well in, he's showed some attacking intent. Got into good positions, he's put good crosses into the box. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's only scored one goal for the football club so far. That was in the 4-1 win against Newcastle earlier on in the season. But we have got reservations about him, obviously with his lack of attacking intent and his distribution. This is his second season at Manchester United. We got him in a deal worth £50 million from Crystal Palace in the summer of 2019. But Bissaka's also enjoyed a couple of bad games this season where he's looked far too exposed. So there you go. The two centre-halves, I think, will be Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. Obviously, they are our first choice centre-halves. I think they've started like our last 9 league games together. Now, Victor Lindelof, I have got my reservations about him. He's enjoyed a lot of bad games as a Man United player, but he's also enjoyed some good games. Victor Lindelof played against Sheffield United. You've got to say he was the culprit for McGoldrick's second goal because obviously Victor Lindelof headed it on. But he was a bit unlucky as well, to be fair. Lindelof's enjoyed a good 3 years or so at the football club. Harry Maguire, he obviously played against Sheffield. He was partly to blame for Sheffield's first goal because obviously Harry Maguire had passed it back to Dean Henderson when he didn't really need to do that. And Harry Maguire has enjoyed some bad games this season where he's looked far too exposed at the back and, he's made too many mistakes. He's static as well. But he's enjoyed some good games this season as Harry Maguire. Don't forget he did have early season troubles. He certainly wasn't worth the £80 million that we got him for. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and he is our current captain. Now at left-back, I think we're going to go with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw didn't play any part against Sheffield United. Obviously, Alex Telles started at left-back against Sheffield United. Luke Shaw just come back from a hamstring problem not so long ago. I thought Luke Shaw enjoyed a very good game against Manchester City the other week. I thought his deliveries from set pieces were very, very good. Luke Shaw had a couple of periods out with injury last season. He's enjoyed a good 6 years or so now at the football club. Paid £30 million for him from Southampton back in 2014. Now, in the midfield, I think we're going to go with Paul Pogba and Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay didn't start against Sheffield United, but obviously he came on. It could be Fred instead of McTominay, but I think McTominay is going to get the start. McTominay's enjoyed good games as a Man United player. He's also enjoyed some pretty poor games as well. Was it just after the first lockdown he signed a 5-year contract with Manchester United? Paul Pogba, I've got to give him a lot of credit. He's done very, very well recently. I thought he put a good performance out against Sheffield United. He played a big part in Anthony Martial's second goal. Made some good touches in the game as well. Pogba was good against City the other week. He was obviously good against RB Leipzig, got his name on the score sheet, and obviously scored in the 3-1 win against West Ham the other week. And that was an exceptional goal. Paul Pogba obviously was out with an ankle injury, but Ollie did confirm that that ankle injury was totally comparison to the one that he had last season. Now, Paul Pogba could be leaving the football club next year. He has had a long-running transfer saga. There's obviously a lot of narratives about him possibly going back to Juventus. He did endure 4 good years with Juventus. Swap deals have been high on the agenda. It's recently said that Juventus have offered us Federico Bernardeschi and Paulo Dybala in exchange for Pogba. There's obviously been talks of Ronaldo coming in as part of a deal of Paul Pogba going back to Juventus. Real Madrid have been relentlessly linked with him. Don't forget, earlier on this season, Pogba made an admission saying that one day his dream is to join Real Madrid. PSG, Barcelona and Inter Milan have been in for him before. Now, the other week, Mino Raiola told 2 Sport that Pogba's career at Manchester United is over. He said he's unhappy and he has to leave. And he said he's got no intentions of signing a new contract. Now, obviously, Paul Pogba spoke about his Man United future for the first time since Mino Raiola's comments, and he says that he's always fought and he will always fight for Manchester United, for my teammates and the fans. And Pogba did confirm that he's 1000% involved in our project. But Mino Raiola made a fresh statement, didn't he, not so long ago, and he said that it's unlikely now Pogba will leave in January, but he can leave next summer. But Solskjaer was reportedly furious with Mino Raiola for the time of the announcement that he did regarding Paul Pogba, because it was on the eve of the RB Leipzig game. Solskjaer, by the way, has had conversations with Pogba, and it had actually said that we'd lowered our asking price and we will accept as low as £50 million. Now, he's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. Earlier on in the season, we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract, so he's under contract with Man United until June 2022. And don't forget, during the last international break, he made quite a few comments saying like this season has been the most difficult period in his career. And he says like playing for France is a breath of fresh air. But reflects on them comments, he did receive a lot of criticism, didn't he? And during the last international break, Didier Deschamps was talking a lot about him. This is Paul Pogba's 5th season at the football club since he rejoined. And he's made over 100 appearances for Man United in all competitions. He's won 3 trophies at the club. That's the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield. Don't forget we had him when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Some people think Paul Pogba's more effective in a more advanced role. I don't think Pogba's happy with his role at Manchester United. But yeah, I think he'll start this game against Leeds. Bruno Fernandes will be ahead of Paul Pogba and McTominay, I think. Obviously at some point Bruno Fernandes does need a rest. Bruno Fernandes actually played against Sheffield United. I actually thought we might have rested him for that. I think Fernandes has started every game for us prior to one. Now, definitely Bruno Fernandes is our best player. And he's the best signing we have made since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. He's been at the club now, is it 12 months or almost 12 months? He won Player of the Month in November. He has won that now quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. You know, he's scored a lot of goals for Man United. Let's be honest, a lot of his goals have come from the penalty spot. He's also provided assists, and I think he's created more chances than any other player in the Premier League this season. It said just after the 3-1 win against West Ham that we was preparing to offer him a new contract worth £200,000 a week, you know, doubling his current wages. But he has made the difference in the team. Now, on the left-hand side, I think we're going to go with Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford obviously scored 2 goals against Sheffield United recently. His first goal was absolutely exceptional. Rashford has really improved under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. I want us to keep Rashford out wide because that's where he's more effective. You know, we've played him centrally quite a few times and he can play well centrally, but I just prefer him out wide. And a couple of times this season he's played on that right-hand side, but most of the time he plays on the left, doesn't he, when he plays out wide. But Rashford has been part of the club for several years. You know, he's been a United player since the age of 7. He's been with us since 2005, I think, and he's been in our senior squad since 2016, and since then he has become an integral part of our team. On the right-hand side, I think we will go with Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood has done well recently. He wasn't too bad against Sheffield, weren't brilliant. I thought he was quite good against Man City, and he was good against West Ham the other week. Got his name on the score sheet. As you all know, he has had a lot of personal issues this season. Obviously, he's had injuries, and at one point he was out with illness. Solskjaer's been defending Mason Greenwood a lot this season. At the start of this season, we give him that number 11 shirt. He's the 4th Man United player to wear the number 11 shirt. And this is Greenwood's 2nd season in our senior squad. And up top, I think we will go with Anthony Martial. He'll probably start instead of Cavani. Anthony Martial, to his credit, put a very good performance out against Sheffield United recently. Obviously got his name on the score sheet and also got an assist. Not only that, I thought his link-up play was good and his movement was good. That was probably his first good game in the Premier League this season. Like I've said to you, Martial has been out of form this season. Don't forget though, earlier on in the season, he had a 3-match suspension in the league because he got sent off in our 6-1 defeat to Tottenham earlier on in the season. Martial was very good last season. He scored 23 goals in 48 games. He was good in his debut season under Louis van Gaal as well. You know, he's enjoyed a good 5 years or so now at the football club. Ollie was the one that gave him that number 9 shirt. So that's how I think Manchester United could line up against Leeds tomorrow. Now, this won't be an easy game for us because, you know, Leeds have got a good manager in Marcelo Bielsa. You know, his philosophy is very good. And they've also got good players in their team. Obviously, one of their key players is Patrick Bamford. He'll be in contention to play tomorrow. They've obviously got Rodrigo. They got him during the summer from Valencia. They've obviously got Llorente, they got him during the summer, but he won't be playing tomorrow because he's out with injury. They've got Rafinha. They got him as well during the summer. He should be playing tomorrow. Robin Koch, they've also got him. Good centre-half, but he won't be playing tomorrow because he's out until January with injury. They've got Click. He's made an impact at Leeds. They've also got Calvin Phillips. He returned not so long ago, and I think he'll be playing for Leeds tomorrow. They've also got Stuart Dallas. He's done very well at Leeds. They've also got Adam Forshaw. He's out with injury. They've got Berardi. He's out with injury. Probably wouldn't have played anyway because he doesn't regularly get in Leeds' team now. They've obviously got Alioski. He's another one. They've got Liam Cooper. Jack Harrison. I think Liam Cooper and Jack Harrison will be involved tomorrow. So, yeah. Leeds recently had a good win. They beat Newcastle by 5-2. I think they're now sitting, 14th in the Premier League. Leeds have played Arsenal, Chelsea, City and Liverpool so far this season. They drew with Arsenal, they drew with City, just lost to Liverpool on the opening day 4-3. They lost to Chelsea 3-1. They played Everton as well, beating them 1-0. They've been thrashed a couple of times this season. They lost to Leicester 4-1. They lost to Crystal Palace 4-1, but obviously they have had injuries. This is going to be the first Premier League meeting between Manchester United and Leeds since 2004. Leeds obviously won the Championship last season. That was their first trophy in 28 years. Don't forget, they was relegated back in 2004, so they was out of the top flight for around 16 years. The last time we played Leeds was the summer of 2019 in pre-season. We're beating them by 4-0 in Australia. Played them back in 2011 in the League Cup, beating them 3-0, and obviously they beat us back in 2010 in the FA Cup third round. Jermaine Beckford had scored. Just want to tell you something as well. Leeds have not beaten us at Old Trafford in the Premier League since 1981. So that's a good, 39 years now, is it, or something like that? Good 39 year, yeah. But yeah, the old rivalry is back. Our home form is a concern because we've only won one game at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. That was West Brom. And we was very fortunate to beat West Brom. We have been enjoying our worst start at Old Trafford for around 50 years. So Solskjaer knows we've got to sort our home form out. And we've got to stop dodgy starts to games as well, because we're not starting games well. We seem to be falling behind, and that's when we start playing, and you can't keep doing that. But our away form has been absolutely exceptional. When we beat Sheffield United on Thursday, we became the first team to win 6 successive away games after conceding first in a single Premier League season. And we have won our last 10 away games in a row in the Premier League. We haven't actually lost away from home in the Premier League since January. Now, I was watching Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference yesterday ahead of this game against Leeds. He was asked about what his take was on Edison Cavani getting charged by the FA, and Solskjaer just basically said that Edison Cavani has apologised. He actually, said that prior to the game against PSG earlier on in the season. He has confirmed that Cavani is available for this game against Leeds tomorrow because he has recently had a muscle problem. But yeah, Cavani got charged by the FA with misconduct for the racist comment that he put on social media last month. And Cavani has until January the 4th to react to these charges. And if he's found guilty, he's facing a 3-match ban. That is minimum. Edison Cavani, though, has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. Now, Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire were mentioned during the press conference as well. Obviously, they have started our last 9 league games and that, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said at some point they do need a rest, to Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof, but I don't think he'll rest them for this game against Leeds. There's obviously other options as well, because we've got quite a few centre-halves. It gave us some news on Axel Tuanzebe and Eric Bailly. He said that Axel Tuanzebe and Eric Bailly have had minor injuries, but he says they should be available for this game against Leeds. He also mentioned Marcelo Bielsa. He said he's obviously done a good job at Leeds. He says obviously the games between Man United and Leeds over the years have obviously been fiery games. Obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer mentioned the 2 goals he scored against Leeds in the 4-3 win at Ellen Road back in 2002. He also did mention that he has been waiting years for our rivalry with Leeds to renew. But Ole is expecting a stun twist. And Ole also said that Everton and Liverpool have the advantage because obviously they're allowed 2,000 fans in the ground. So these are a few of the things that I did mention during the press conference. After Leeds, we are away to Everton in the Carabao Cup. That's going to be a tough game, Everton. After that, it's Leicester. Then after that, it's Wolves. And then it's Villa on New Year's Day. So games are coming up thick and fast for Manchester United. Like I updated you recently, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants us to mount a title challenge over the Christmas period. And Solskjaer's come out quite a few times this season saying that Man United can win the Premier League. I don't think we'll win the Premier League this season. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, so we haven't won it now for around 8 years. I think this season, if we can finish in the top 4, maybe the top 3, and win a trophy, that would represent a very, very good season for Man United. Then that would give us something to build on. By the way, it's today's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 2-year anniversary at the football club. And he's managed 110 games for Man United in all competitions, and he's under contract with us until 2022. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. You know, he has spent over £200 million at the football club. You know, he's made good signings to his credit and he's enjoyed 4 transfer windows at the football club. We've also seen a lot of players depart the club since he got recommended in. And, you know, Ollie did well last season, his first full season, got us qualification for the Champions League, also got us third, and he guided us to 3 semi-finals. And he has showed tactical flexibility in a lot of the big games. The main explanation we give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the job permanently was reflecting on what he did in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's decision making concerns me because in a lot of games he has made mistakes and that's cost us. I have been saying a lot that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's way out of his depth at the football club and that. And I've just been saying, like, you know, he isn't the right manager. And I hope I'm proven wrong because I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to succeed at Man United. He said a few weeks ago that his priority is leading the club to long-term success.
Well, John just touched me that.
Yeah.
They have got away with it. That's why I wear Saturday at Christmas.
Yep.
Innit?
Yeah.
That's why.
So, there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update with today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.